Well, it's been 2 years since I got my used Tesla Model S. Obviously, it's changed my life. I created this channel. It's affected my family in ways that I couldn't even have imagined. And I'm here to do what I did when I first got it, which was to break down the cost. What we're gonna look at is all the different costs involved and the true cost of ownership of a Tesla Model S. This is a used 2013 60 kilowatt hour battery after 2 years of ownership. Let's go. First, let's take a look at the loan. And I'm paying this off in 3 years with a 1.5% interest rate, which means that the first year it was about $14,124, and that was the same the second year. The only real difference is the interest that I'm paying is a bit less now because I'm paying off more of the principal. This gives me a total for the payments after 2 years of $28,249, which is a lot, but know that this would be the same if you chose any other car of the similar price. Now, let's break that down a little bit further because I think it's important to talk about depreciation. This is one of the biggest, often the biggest costs of owning a car. And it's hard to calculate exactly. And of course, my data, my example here is just one anecdote. It's not representative of the whole. And so there are a lot of things to consider, but I do have some decent numbers for you. Let's start off with the first one, my purchase price, which was $54,400. I paid $4,000 of cash and then I financed $50,000 of it, which is why I have the loan. And I actually just got a quote from Tesla for trading in my Model S of $36,300. Now that may not sound like that bad, but after you do the math on that, that's over $18,000 of value that has been lost, which is 33% drop. Now, mind you, this is after it was already used for 3 years. So these are the last 2 years in the first 5 years. Now, that is a big chunk to lose, and I think it is due to how quickly the cars are advancing. And some of the newer ones that have newer hardware and basically continue to get better with over-the-air updates, those seem to be fine when I check at the prices online for those. But mine, because it's older and I'm missing autopilot hardware and things like foldable mirrors, all these other features that you really can't add on without a huge expense, those seem to be a big difference maker. So if you're looking to buy a used Model S, just know that the depreciation is going to be pretty bad on it, especially if you don't have any of the newer features like autopilot or the new front fascia or anything like that. This brings us to insurance, and here we have essentially what I've been getting over the past 2 years, but there are changes to that out there. So if you're interested in this, the prices definitely will vary, and I have a lot of discounts because I have multiple cars, I have life insurance, and I have my house all on the same plan. It comes out to just over $100 a month. In the first year, it was $1,226. In the second year, $1,161. So really not that bad, I don't think, coming out to a total of $2,387 for 2 years. This brings us to charging, and this is a big difference where the Tesla really wins out compared to a normal gasoline-powered car. Now, I paid just over $1,100 over the past 2 years, and I drove over 18,000 miles, which is pretty good. But a big reason that my cost is so good here is because in March, I got solar. So prior to that, I was actually paying quite a bit, north of $70 a month in fuel charges just for my Tesla Model S. But then when I got solar, I basically broke down that cost over the 25-year lifespan and looked at how much it would cost me to pay for my Tesla energy each month. Now, the Tesla eats about 45% of my monthly electricity bill, so that's a lot. And that comes out to just about $26 a month in fuel or energy for my Tesla Model S. So it's $26 a month compared to what I would be paying for a gas car, which is a lot higher. When I add that up across 2 years, what we're looking at here is a substantial savings. In fact, it's over $1,000 of savings. And so if you were to think about that, I would be paying over $2,000 in fuel for the amount that I drove and the gas prices I have here in San Diego. And I have details on all this in a link in the description down below, which is about a 50% savings, 49.34% difference. So think about that for your situation. If you drive a lot, the numbers here, the dollar figures, could add up to be much higher than this. I don't drive that much, and that's why the dollar figures aren't that big. But with solar, I've been able to actually save on a percentage basis a ton over what I would be paying if I had a regular gasoline car. Now, one of the things that me and a lot of the other folks that have Teslas and EVs in general talk about is the lower cost of maintenance and repairs. And that bears fruit, and it seems to be true with my data as well. Now, the first year I really didn't have any. There were a couple repairs, if you recall, if you guys have been with me this whole time, and they were all covered by Tesla. Well, the second year I actually paid for some stuff. And first and foremost, I paid for some tires. I had one tire with a rim that had to be replaced, and then I had another incident where 2 tires were bad, so I just replaced all of them. So my total for the 2-year span for tires was $1,327, which really would be pretty standard on any higher end vehicle. And these tires aren't that cheap, so there's that. Now, I did pay for the 2-year service here, which was $725. So this is where I actually paid for some kind of service, and there was a lot that they went through. If you guys are interested, I can put all the details of that in the description and on the website. Now, this brings us to a total of just over $2,000 across 2 years, which may sound like a lot if you own, say, a Honda or a Toyota and you don't really do much. But if you own a BMW or a Mercedes, you know that that's actually not that bad considering how expensive oil changes are, and if you have any parts that need to be replaced, how expensive that can be. So I think this is a pretty good price for the maintenance and repairs on this. And again, that 2-year service, I didn't really have to do. So that's a big chunk of it right there. Tires were the only thing that I had to really come out of pocket for. All right, so let's add it all up and see what I've been paying here. Starting out, we have depreciation of $18,100. Then we have insurance, nearly $2,400. Maintenance and repairs, just over $2,000. And charging, just over $1,100. Giving us a total true cost of ownership for my situation here, my one data point, of $23,659. I'm curious what you guys think. Do you have a higher end sedan like a BMW 5 Series or a Mercedes-Benz S-Class or an Audi? One of these cars that are kind of in the same category as a Tesla Model S? If so, I'm curious what you think of these numbers. Is this really high? Is it low? And if you don't have one of those cars, this may seem insanely expensive to you, but really when you compare apples to apples, I think you'll find that it's a much better deal for your money. And there you have it. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you're new here, consider subscribing if you like data and analysis and Tesla and advanced tech and things related to Tesla. That's what we do, and it's free. So, you know, what do you have to lose? Last thing, remember, when you free the data, your mind will follow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you back here next time.